Assembly of Tanzania. She is a member of Chadema. The beauty about her is all the things put together, but even more interestingly, she is a young person. And who best speaks to the future than the generation that has more time to be here? Please join me to welcome to this podium the Honorable Upendo, who will speak to us tonight. You're welcome.
Hello everyone. Nsansenyo kubalaba. Nice seeing you all, and in Swahili we would say habari. I'm from the great country of Tanzania. Let me express my deepest gratitude to the new party that we're launching today, Alliance for National Transformation, for inviting me to come and speak to you. And yesterday, when I was being picked at the airport, they came in with a very young girl with 9 years of age. Her name, if I'll pronounce it well, is Astronaut. Yes, Astronaut came with a very beautiful bouquet of flowers, and she handed me the flowers. Then we spoke a bit. Then I said, maybe the ANT has found it nice to be greeted by a young woman with a beautiful smile. So that's it, we rode to the hotel. Then later in the evening, the convener and the girl and other ANT leaders came to greet me at around 7. She was there in the same dress that she had in the morning. Then I said to her that it's good that you're aligning yourself with the politics at this tender age. And she made me think about my involvement in politics and when I started. Then she made me do a little reflection of myself, that I'll try to stay with the members and see how party in making you guys a place for everyone. I started my political journey at a young age of 19, not very young, but I had just finished my high school. Then I took 1 year off. I didn't join university immediately. Then after the 1 year off, I volunteered for an organization called Young United Nations Association. It's from that 1 year experience that I wanted to join politics. Then I went, and the political party that I chose is Chadema, a young political party that was formed in 1992, but due to some challenges, the financial challenges, it had not picked up to that extent. So by the time I was joining, it only had 11 members. So Ashanat is being a friend of a political party that has a 1 day old today, because it's of its launch. And I joined a political party that had survived some years, because I joined in 2009 towards 2010. It's a young political party and still viewed as a young political party, though today we have almost 70 members of parliament. So we're almost, we are 100 plus, and we make a third of the parliament with other opposition leaders. When I joined the political party as a young person, I did not have a father or a mother in politics. I did not have any relative or even a friend of my parents that was in politics. But I still wanted to get engaged and contest at a particular time. So I decided to volunteer for my party. At that age, and I was kind of in size, very hard for people to trust you that there's anything tangible you can actually do. So at the point where party members were traveling in various areas of the country, trying to spread, do publicity of the party, do rallies in various places, I asked in the party if I would join. Then there came a challenge. Being a young party, they did not have enough funds for everyone who wanted to volunteer. But the only thing I asked, will I get a seat in your cars as you're moving from one area to another? And they said yes. So I did my own trick, getting money from my parents, tried to forge my own way of studying my first degree so that I could do school and be very active in politics. Then I started moving from one area to another, using money from my parents without telling them that I'm going for political activities, because I've been a very big problem. Then in the long run, I said, I couldn't lie. Then my father learned that I was involved in politics. He tried to convince me to stop, but I couldn't. Then he joined and wanted to support me. But before he supported me, I forged my own business. I've seen today Alliance t-shirts. Then I would print my own t-shirts and would sell to my fellow party members. And I would print very good, beautiful t-shirts. So they'll buy my t-shirts at 20,000, 15,000, and the profit of that t-shirt, of those t-shirts and various party materials would help me to sleep in hotels as we are moving from one place to another. But what did I want? Why did I do all that? It's because I wanted the experience. It's because I wanted my capacity to be known. And there's no way this party would know my capacity unless I would engage, unless I would participate. There is no way this party was going to identify that this young person, there's anything else she can do if I did not choose to spend my own money, to move around with the party, to make my own name in the party so that I would run some day to come. And here I am standing in front of you, one of the young members of parliament in the parliament of Tanzania. Then I want to speak to the young people who have been aroused, young people who have joined the new party Alliance of National Transformation. Yes, you have decided, but there's a lot of sacrifice, there's a lot of commitment into making this party grow. This is a young party that may not have funds to give everyone a DSA, an allowance, to stay in the villages. But we need to raise the spirit of the young people. And the young people have to feel part of this party, to volunteer whatever they can for the growth of this party. And it's not just for the growth of the party, but you will make the party grow as you make yourself grow. Because I learned public speaking, how to speak in political parties, while I was helping my party grow. So it's either we all benefit, the party benefits, and you also benefit. So to my fellow young members, much as this party is very ready to put you at the center, it has displayed that by inviting a young member of parliament to speak to you today. But you have to have a personal call within, get engaged, move forward, make the Muntu push the Alaso to do more, because it is for your own good. And I believe at some point when Ashanat, at that right age when she wants to properly engage in politics, she will find a party in which the young men, the young women, the older people have built proper foundation. People who respect the principles of democracy, people who respect the rights of people, people who respect that women should be put at the center and allowed to work and do a proper job. Ashanat will find a political party where young people are involved and young people participate, and are young people, and a party where young people are not scared. People do not push away young people, but a party where young people are allowed to show their talents, a party where young people are allowed to compete as long as unity is still maintained. Today, we're launching a great party. I would say it's a great party. And it's a great party, and I'm calling great at its start because of the principles that they hold. It's because of what they're communicating to the public and what they really want for the better Uganda. A country, a party where in Uganda, young people, young men will have spaces to hold the party accountable as they hold the government accountable. A party that preaches democracy and practices democracy. A party that will speak equity and still practice equity within the party. That's the kind of party that I hope and everybody in here hopes. And I believe today I've seen a number of political figures here. I'm seeing President Mao. Nice seeing you again. Mao invited me at their DP launch in Masaka, so I was there. I'm seeing a good brother, Chagulani, Bobby Wine, and others. And I saw a note by Besige, but I don't know, I'm not seeing his face, but I saw some of his note on Twitter. So I believe you're all together. But as Alliance and every other political party present, identify your principles. Because I know at some point, you would want to forge a unity of some kind. But ANT, with the forging of the alliance, the top one, maintain your principles that have made you start this political party. But because it is of that you will show a difference. You will be growing gradually, slowly, but ensuring hope and trust in the hearts of the many Ugandans. And in that way, it will be easy at some point later on to see you as that party that can take and can keep Uganda, and that can keep Uganda safe. And that is all that we need. And let it be people power and all that. We want change, yes. Change is a must, yes, we want change. But we want change and still keep Uganda safe. We want change, yes, but we want to keep Uganda safe. I still want to come and travel in peace in this country. I still want to do a lot of activities here in Uganda, but I can't do that if you're in conflict. And what's enough? You'll move to Tanzania as refugees, and that won't be nice. So I really want Uganda to be safe. So push for change, work for change, and still make Uganda safe. There's one thing that I've been told about the ANT Alliance for National Transformation that they are going to engage themselves in. And I saw it's a plus. My political party, when we started, we engaged much on the publicity of the party, getting new members everywhere. But here we have a party that at the core is concentrating in itself in building structures. The first concentration of this party is building structures. My party, given the worsening political environment that is happening in Tanzania, that has been our fallback position. That since we still want to participate, now we have gone to the building structures. And it's something that we identified after the 2015 elections. We had a good candidate. We were strong. But because of the lack of proper structures, there was no way in which we'd really guard our votes. In some places, we didn't have agents. That is very sad. And in some areas, we didn't really have, we also believe in the people power thing. We didn't really have that people power thing because there were no structures, there were no people to organize. We didn't have people to organize. So this party has a lot to do. It has to do its publicity very well for the public to get to know it, and also build the structures. It is from the structures that we have proper agents for our parties. It is with the structures that will be able even to mobilize. I hope M7 won't stop me at the airport. But we're able to mobilize some civilian protest somewhere, at least for all the content that we want to be announced, right? So it is with that. So unless we attain the structures, there is no people power. Are we together? I'm not telling my brother Bobby White or any other person in the audience, but if there are no structures, if there are no people who can speak, if there are no people who can give people direction, there is no people power. And if people lose, and if the public loses because of your lack of proper formation, because of your own, as a political party or a movement you have formed, they lose hope, they lose trust. We're better with anyway, we vote, but they'll steal the votes. So if you want the public to keep up the hope, to keep up the trust, then we must have people who can ensure that that hope is there, the trust is there. My dear brothers and sisters, and my dear neighbors, the Ugandans, I ask you today, on behalf of the Alliance National Transformation, to support them in whatever way you can. In the work that we are doing in building structures back home, our young people are sleeping in people's homes in the villages. Our young people are being fed by people in the villages. Our young people are being supported by the people in the villages. That could also happen in Uganda. There's plenty of food here. There's plenty of bimonde. Am I right? There's plenty of maize and all that. You may not be able to give money. You may not be able to help the party with a car, but you may give them food, a mat to sleep on, and the young people will wake up and do the job. And also for the party, I know they will start their own ways of fundraising. Let's give as much as we can to the party. Let's give as much as we can. They have done a lot for this meeting. They still have a long way to go. But with hope, commitment, and sacrifice, they will make it. I would love to end with a Swahili statement that was said by Mwalimu Nyerere when we were moving towards gaining the Tanzanian independence. And I'll read and I'll try to interpret for you. Sisi tunataka kuwasha mwenge na kuweka juu ya mlima Kilimanjaro. Umlike hata nje ya mipaka yetu. Ulete tumaini pale ambapo hakuna matumaini. Upendo, my name meaning love, upendo, mahala ambapo pana chuki, na heshima ambapo pamejaa dharau. This is what Mwalimu Nyerere is saying. He was saying that we want to take our torch of freedom. We want to light a torch that was later called the torch of freedom. But we want to light a torch that will put up the mount of Kilimanjaro, that will light even to our neighbors, so that it can bring peace where there is no peace, so that it can bring love where there is no love, where there is hatred, and respect where there is disrespect. Those were the words of Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere. And I want to tell every member who is here, every Alliance for National Transformation cadre who is here, I've seen, I think it will be your flag, which has a map of Uganda in with a bulb, lighting Uganda. So may this light, with all that is happening in the country, may this light that is shown on your flag, may it cause hope, may it bring hope where there is no hope. May it bring love where there is no love. and may it bring respect where there is disrespect. Thank you so much, and may God bless Alliance for National Transformation, and may God bless Uganda. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Honorable Upendo. Thank you very much. The Honorable Upendo, she didn't tell you, but the Honorable Upendo is also the chairperson of the Youth Parliamentary Group in Tanzania. As the Alliance for National Transformation, we do understand that we must focus on the young people and the women. There is no better alternative that we had than the Honorable Upendo. Ladies and gentlemen, we do recognize various distinguished individuals, leaders that are here, and we'll be recognizing them. In our culture, Honorable Upendo, we have a small musical instrument that welcomes visitors. I'm going to give my brother here 2 minutes to welcome you to Uganda. Thank you very much.
Neyanziza. Walala mukone mungala yogedde atya sipichi yanjitegedde ebadde mu luzungu lwenze lwemmanyi sewungu yansomesa nkimanyi nnyo kale mukubire engalo sibalimbye ate abadde mugezi ng'ayogera akikonyeko takirese omulembe omutebigwa abavubuka nze kyemmanyi oyo muvuddeko sikulimbye ssebo waliwo ensonga gyentende mukone mu ngalo simumanyi kubanga muntu mugisha oyo jerero mwenna mukimanyi yagavaamu amagye kale bwakikwatamu takireka bwakikwatamu nkwagaliza sibalimbye abane Bobi Wine badda wali abane Bobi Wine sikulimbye n'okwatagana sikulimbye oli yayitako twakimanya kuba amagye gakamunye mugamanyi ate mugabakoko egalule omusajja yakyogera nakimanya n'olwaleero naye kino mukimanye nze yatufuze nnyo walaala emyaka giwe jajagenda 33 giba 10 ng'ofuga banno olemeddeko ate ali mu kampeyini sibalimbye nga bw'olonkiza olwaleero atandikirawo okutalaga mukube endala abategedde Latifu Sebagala ayingiddewo sikulimbye Latifu Sebagala mu Kampala ojja kuwangula tukimanyi walaala kalabe bwanyirira walaala onyirira nnyo sikulimbye ssebo mukone mu ngalo ow'emakindye n'atuuka empala yakade gwana muto omukulu agenda okujambala esiba musibye kyala namayanja akumanyi nnyo ogwanira ekisanja ekirala kubanga mwami mawuka abadde tutalaga ensonga gyendiko omugimanyi nesebaba naye n'abaabo omusajja atufuze nnyo mbagambye kakatira bajja genda mukulu sebuli bawo nimbye sibalimbye ne mwami mabike n'akimanya ebyange mubimanyi olwaleero nkonako bitono bya ttooke lwabayo tofaali ze ngenda kuba Latifu Sebagala aleeta ziri mumukubire engalo ng'aleeta ate oteeka musawo n'embaawo ganga omudingidi ntoonyaki nanananananana nampanca obanga Bobi Wine anampanca muteeke musawo njagala nze oteeka musawo n'embaawo awo omudingidi ndaba atya maike babigga oleeta ddi olaba Bobi Wine azinde awo eryo ttooke ndibakasa temuleeta ebinusu nabigobye temuleeta ebinusu sibiridde muleeteko mulaze ze ndiko aleeta ebinusu sibiridde mbeera mugezi mbigobawo olwaleero ensawo zijjule sibalimbye saba neeyanzo samunsawo labalaba sibulimbye agandi bwadikaka aleese ebyetaano nabyo sibireka mukyala namayanja ono mpanca obudde bugenze sibalimbye aleeta ati okota kubanga nze omudingidi nakulaba muteeka mu nsawo nenkwata abange noonya ttooka olwaleero wezibanga zijjuda sibebye kigejjogejo pabula abadde atya musajja wa kabaka mwetowaze olwaleero kati muteeka ku ddaka nonono kagimwawo emukono aleeta ettooke sigulimbye ajja namukono ajja ku kiko ekintu akikube mu kireebo nende olwaleero ngero omudingidi bemumanyi kati yano wadduyo olinda kiki nataka ebiri sigulimbye kubanga ebyali mwalubu abimanya embako zangu bwane ziyitako ne muto wange eyo mumumanyi azze mukawemba ajja kukikuba olwaleero pate.
Thank you very much, sir.
naye ate nyanzi chairman nyanza n'aba atya siina ze ndeka muzimanyi bazirinzo zisolooza kati yano batulika mbadde ngenze.
Thank you very much. I wish I could hear everything he was saying, but thank you very much. All I could hear is Arua, but all I know is you are now one of the Arua boys. In Arua, when you are one, whether you're a woman or not, you are Arua boys. So thank you very much, sir. At this particular moment, we want to invite our team to present us with the second poem before we proceed with the program. Can we have the second poem running right away?
For a long time, we, the children of Uganda, have sung nice welcome songs to you, our leaders, only to realize that as soon as we leave the stage, you forget not only the song, but also the singer.
Yes, not only the song, but also the singer.
Today, as representatives of the children in this function, we want to talk to you, to speak our hearts out and let the nation hear us, to speak for the record that on this day, we, the children, told you about the Uganda we want.
We look to the future as far as the eye can see, as far as the mind can imagine. We, the children of Uganda, Uganda, our heritage, our destiny, and our hope all put together. We yearn for education that makes us competitive, shoulder to shoulder, eye to eye with the children of Japan or Botswana, of an education that skills us, empowers us, and is relevant. We yearn for a safe country where we live without fear of murder, abductions, and accidents. But who will protect us? Our country, Uganda, the Uganda we cherish, the Uganda that serves and benefits all. Employment opportunities, no technical, no who. A fair society But who? Just who will help us?
You are supposed to be our leaders. The success of leadership must be measured by how much inspiration the leaders provide to the young generation. We are supposed to be the children of Uganda. We need hope in order to be inspired. Every child needs hope. When you who are our leaders today grew up, you had hope that you would one day live in a better Uganda. A better Uganda for all, not only for the rich and their family. Today we wonder, where are the signs to give us hope about our future, about Uganda's future? Without hope, what is there to look forward to? Leaders, leave us a country to call home. Put us at the center of your decisions.
We have a longer time to be here. Give us an environment to sustain us. Skills for life and values, so clear and cherished. Ha ha, ha 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 ha. Oh, the Uganda we long for.
Thank you. All the Uganda we long for. We are living in a country where the Minister of Education educates her children out of the country. We are living in a country where the Minister of Health is treated abroad. We are living in a country where the Minister of Justice does not even prevail on matters justice. We are living in a country where the population growth rate is more than the money given for agricultural growth rate. And such is the country that we live in. And therefore, this is what the children are speaking to us about. Are we leaders? And I think in the national transformation and the alliance, this is what is speaking to us. I hope in the government we will not be having a Minister of Education whose children are educated abroad. I hope we are not going to have special treatment orders for cabinets outside Uganda. And that country is going to be created only and only if we speak to our souls. And I think that's why we're in alliance.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are unveiling the party to the country. We are unveiling the party name, the party logo, the party symbol, and the party interim leadership. So the next on our program is going to be the unveiling of the party to the Ugandans. Let me take this opportunity to recognize distinguished members that are here as we prepare the unveiling. There are so many, I don't know where to start from. But let me recognize our sister political parties, the party presidents of the Democratic Party. The Honorable Norbert Mao is here with us. We have the party president of the Conservative Party, John Kenny the man. And the leadership of CP, the leadership of DP is here. May I recognize the presence of the political movement called the People Power, the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi, Bobby Wine. Our senior citizens here, the Honorable Amanya Mshega, you're very welcome. The Honorable Dan Wandela Ogalo, you're very welcome. The Honorable Augustine Ruzindana, you're welcome. The Honorable Ben Wacha, you're welcome. The Honorable Kazora, you're welcome. There are so many, but you'll forgive me when I jump from one to the other, but I'd like to recognize our senior citizens, the Honorable Yona Kanyomozi. I'm honored to recognize the presence of Professor Frederick Sempeba, senior lawyer. The honorable members of parliament, present and former, you're all welcome. Where my eyes fall, I'll just welcome you. The Honorable Latif Sebagala, you're welcome. The Honorable Sewungu, you're welcome. The Honorable Zake of Mitiana, you're very welcome. There are so many. The Honorable Elijah Okupa is here with us. The Honorable Lucy Akerov is here with us. In Buganda, we have a big word where you call someone Sajjali Abene. The Honorable Chigozi Sempara, Sajjali Abene, is right here with us. And we shall be recognizing you as we go forward. As we move on, I can see the Honorable Angelino Segwe from Soroti. You're very welcome. We shall recognize all of you as you come in, as we see you, but we are very, very welcome. The Honorable Yoka Sibihande, Sava Hassa. And I think in that vein I also saw the Honorable Winfred Kiza is here with us. I think the Honorable former leader of opposition, former leader of opposition, Professor Latigo Ogenga. And I'll be recognizing all of you here, people from the civil society, religious organizations, and academia. I can see you all there. We shall welcome you here. We shall recognize your presence. The Honorable Florence, Namayanja of Democratic Party, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope that our people are ready to unveil the party. Thank you. As we prepare that, this is a digital launch. We shall be unveiling digitally. You can see that we are interested in young people like the Honorable Guest Speaker, the Honorable Bobby Wine, and the younger generation in this country that probably understands these things more than some of us. So we shall be launching digitally. So our people there are organizing that. The Honorable, there are some honorable members who are so close to us that sometimes we forget. But I'd like to welcome the Honorable Paul Mwiru. I think that he's so close to us and sometimes we think that we are here with him. But we are very welcome, Honorable Mwiru. Honorable Nsamba, you're very welcome. Some of you are behind those cameras, but be sure we shall see all of you. We shall recognize all of you here. We are happy to see you. Godbat Mushabe is here with us. You're very welcome. Thank you. And as we welcome our invited guests, I'd like to know that our people are ready to unveil our party. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity, together with our team of promoters, that what we are unveiling today has been a long work, hard work by the promoters who come from the cross-section of the country. Let us clap for them. They sat together and agreed on the name. They sat together and agreed on the colors, on the logo, on the symbol, and on the flag. So we thank them so much, and today we'll take this honor to unveil our party colors. There is another honorable member who I think is so close to us, and I tend to forget that he's there. The Honorable Gerard Karuhanga. And of course, Chairman Mapenduzi of Gulu. I think he's also so close to us, sometimes I forget. Thank you very much. Yeah, and Honorable Nsamba, yes, it's here. Former MPs are also very welcome here. I see Honorable Ochola from Serere. Honorable Leandra Komakech from Guru. The Mayor of Hoima is also here. You're very welcome. I have seen Dr. Wakida here, and I'm imagining that he's doing some statistics. Are we having another poll? We have the Honorable Michael Mabike here with us. And I'll say Honorable Dr. Abed Bwanika is here with us. I don't know what the man with the Ndingidi said to you, but I hope that you had something he said to some other people. Chairman Nyanzi, those of you who know the red top, Chairman Nyanzi of the People Power, you're very welcome to this meeting. And we shall be, but there is an honorable, I don't know why I'm skipping him, but this honorable Kasyan Wadri. Really? Kasyan Wadri seems to be the commander this side. But also because he's so close to us and sometimes we forget. But you're very welcome, Honorable Kasyan Wadri. All the members of Parliament here, all our distinguished leaders, all representatives, we shall recognize you as we move on. Allow me now, at this juncture, to unveil our party. The party that we are unveiling today is called the Alliance for National Transformation. And while the promoters were coming up with this name, they thought that going into politics is not just about changing of regimes, because we have had regimes and they have gone and they have come, but mainly is about politics that can transform this country. Therefore, the Alliance National Transformation The logo, the symbol of the party will be the lighting bulb. Transforming the country requires to have light where there has been darkness. The lighting bulb will give hope that we shall shine in all the corners of this country and light up Uganda. Can we have our symbol? The flag of the party is right before you, but it has colors, as you can see, of purple, white, orange, and red. That's the purple, that's the flag of the Alliance for National Transformation. And as you can see, purple symbolizes peace, quality, and devotion to party and country. It's a recognition of the wealth and potential of our country and the party's aspiration to harness this for the greater good. It captures our ambition for transformation of Uganda and protection of the dignity of all persons. That's the color purple. The other color,
orange, symbolizes determination, creativity, youthfulness, optimism to bring about transformation. Orange is also symbolic of strength and endurance required in service of the party and the country.
We have red. Red symbolizes determination, brotherhood, love, and unity of all Ugandans, and it's a recognition of the sacrifices made by Ugandans of the past, present, and future generations, against which the destiny of this party and nation is anchored.
White is light and goodness. It is the color of perfection. White is used here to represent a successful new beginning. White is an assurance of safety and cleanliness.
We are happy to unveil those colors to the Republic of Uganda, to the population out there, and for them to know that's not a matter of just having an art piece, but their deep meanings well anchored in the foundation of this political party.
Talk about cleanliness. Perhaps the alliance will take us to a Kavera-free country where there's dignity to sight, and we rejoice in greening and regreening our country, aware that we are only having 80% of our forest cover remaining. So that is a serious symbol. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Those are the symbols of the party. Right now, we shall be unveiling the interim leadership. And before we do that, as the Honorable Alice comes for that, we would also wish to unveil the logo of our party. The logo of our party
Thank you very much. You may take your seats.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next, we shall be unveiling the flag of our party. There is the flag of our party. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next on our program, we shall be unveiling the interim leadership of this political organization. Like the promoter said before, this political organization is going to have an interim coordination committee that will market the party throughout the country, that will eventually organize the first delegates conference, where all Ugandans will be ready to join. So here we are going to announce and unveil the interim leadership. Thank you very much.
I would like to invite to the podium the interim youth league, please. The interim youth league, may you please come forward. These are the young men and women who have been working tirelessly to ensure that this day is organized. And this is the young force that the Alliance is going to move forward to ensure that leadership is groomed. Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, please. You can see the eminent young men and women. Could you please walk to the podium so quickly? And with the Alliance for National Transformation, we believe in time management, and I hope by 1 we should be leaving here. So, thank you very much. We are honored by your youthfulness and the energy you committed to this process. Thank you very much. You may resume your seats. Thank you.
The Interim Youth League will be coordinated by Mr. Abubakar Matanda.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Next is the Women's League. May you all walk up. Yes, the women. Mothers of the nation. And these are the strong women. They're not only mothers. We don't only give birth. We want to nurture this country. We are glad you are committed. Yes, Hajat. Thank you very, very much. Yes, the powerful women. I think on a selfish note, I will request the women, since there are quite a few, to mention their names to the audience. A mother is a mother.
But before that, we would like to announce that the Interim Women League will be coordinated by the Ambassador Edith Sempala.
Ambassador Edith Grace Sempala was ambassador to many countries.
Nalongo Nasimbwa Hamida, the proud mother to 3 sets of twins.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Natabi Mariam Mukasa, promoter, Women's League.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Namutsamba Zanubia is my name. The former Deputy Mayor Mbale Municipal Council, Honorable Councillor Mbale Municipal Council. I'm happy to be here today.
I'm Nyakato Rusoke, a princess from Toro. I bring to you greetings from Toro.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Aminatako is my name.
Ramadan Minute is brought to you by...
At the New Bay, we create the home you love with our luxurious furnishing and building products. Find us at Kampala Road opposite KCB Commercial Plaza.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you sleep up one day and you feel your fast has gone to waste, void of all conscious of what you're doing and why, do not use that as a go-ahead for the rest of your month to fall in that way. Use it as a turning point and a reminder of what you should be working for. Feed yourself inspiration and motivation by watching Ramadan Mint series, inshallah. Hey, look, you're already on the right track. You are watching this. Good going, mashallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Minute was brought to you by...
At the New Bay, we create the home you love with our luxurious furnishing and building products. Find us at Kampala Road opposite KCB Commercial Plaza.
This is Biabekul number one. Remember, you have what?
Don't touch that dial. Keep it locked.
This is
your one and only Queen, aka Swag Mama.
This is Jaguar and you're watching Comedy Store with
Alex Mohanje.
What would you define fashion as? It's not something you simply wear, nor is it anything you envision it to be.
Honestly, I feel like when I look at the bottom of this outfit, the skirt, it reminds me of the office trash can.
It's body perfection. It's the art that defines who you are.
These kind of wedding gowns tell so much about someone's personality. I would wear something like this, to be honest.
You?
Yeah, but literally with like a crop top inside.
When it comes...
Buganda East.
Molembe. Namutamba Zanubia, I will be coordinating the mountains of Masabaland, that is Bugisu region.
Nyakato, Rusoke, Toro sub-region.
Purple color.
After that.
Our color. My name is Dr. Chimak Hamid. I'll be proudly coordinating Busoga sub-region.
Kenneth Tomena, coordinating Acholi sub-region.
Assalamu alaikum. Naluyange Jamila, Central Buganda.
Aminatako, I'll be coordinating West Nile region.
Angom Hopstar, Karamoja region.
Thank you very much. And those are going to be the regional coordinators of the country. And some others will be coming on board very soon, I think after this launch, regions that did not conclude this matter. Would like to now go to the National Coordination Committee. The National Coordination Committee will have a coordinator for religious affairs. And this is Madame Eunice Okulo. Can you come forward? Lady who gave us a wonderful prayer this morning. We'll have a coordinator of the civil society, Madame Prosi Naikoba. Can you come?
Thank you, my sister.
We'll have a coordinator for the workers, Mr. Siraji Nsanja. We'll have a coordinator for research and policy, Mr. Okumu Michael. Sorry, Okumu Martin. Thank you. We shall have a coordinator of electoral management, Mr. Dan Mugarura. We shall have the coordinator of education institutions, Mr. David Bala Mwiruka. Mr. David Bala Mwiruka, the coordinator of education institutions. We shall have regional coordinators. The other ones were sub-regional coordinators. We shall have coordinators at the regional level. We shall have a coordinator for Central Region, Owekitiibwa Sewava Serubiri. We shall have a coordinator of Western Uganda, Mr. Jackson Wabiona. We shall have a coordinator of Eastern Uganda, Mr. Hannington Basakana. Mr. Hannington Basakana is there coming? The coordinator of Northern Uganda is Miss Cesar Chan Phoebe. Miss Cesar Chan Phoebe. There she is. We shall have the national treasurer of this organization, none other than the Honorable Christina Bia, Michael MC. And we shall have the Deputy Treasurer, Mr. Ismail Badogi. I'll request Michael MC to unveil the spokesperson of this organization.
The spokesperson of the Alliance for National Transformation as we stand now is Mr. Wilberforce Serazi. Thank you very much. And the deputy spokesperson is Mr. Sulaiman Kakaire. Thank you very much. You'll be speaking on behalf of the party, promoting the party, defending the party, and doing everything that is public relations related in the country and abroad. Thank you very much.
Now I show my official role as the spokesperson of the ANT, and let me unveil the remaining positions in that capacity. We shall have the Deputy National Coordinator of the ANT as Mr. We are going to have a coordinator of the parliamentary group. And that's going to be other than the Honorable E.B. Ekwau Flores. Honorable E.B., we are going to have a coordinator for international and diaspora affairs. That's none other than Madame Barbara Alimadi. And before I go to the national coordinators, I'd like to inform Ugandans that as a growing party, we are going to have a team of elders who will stand in to advise and guide us. And I'd like to announce the team of elders here. We have the Honorable Yokasi Bihandi. And we have the Honorable Dan Wandera Ogalo. And we have Dr. Munini Mulera, who may not be with us now, but is on the team of the Council of Elders. I'll ask Michael MC to unveil to us the national coordinators.
We are privileged to be served by the following as our national coordinators. The Honorable Ben Wacha.
No, I think there's a mistake in that. Let me assist my co-MC, sorry. Yeah, thank you very much. We'll have the Deputy National Coordinator of Operations and Mobilization, Mr. Nyanja Musoke. Mr. Nyanja Musoke is on his way coming. We'll have the Deputy National Coordinator in charge of Finance and Administration, the one and only Honorable Alice Alaso Hassan. Let me take this opportunity to announce the national coordinator who is going to work with this gallant gentleman. And that is none other than the Honorable Major General Retired Gregory Mujishamonte. Thank you very much. Uganda, today, the Alliance for National Transformation unveils its interim leadership that is going to steer this country, this party, in this year until we have the substantive positions in the next. Okay, sorry. This is the team. This is the team that you have been waiting for 13 months. We want to welcome all of us. I forget that I'm part of this. We are the team that you've been waiting for 13 months, and we hope that Uganda receives us with open hands. We are ready to serve. We are ready to work around the clock to transform this country. Thank you very much. Our IT people may go into a brief profile of the different people. As we move on, you'll be watching on the screens the different profiles of these gallant ladies and gentlemen. We did not have time to talk about each one of them and their CVs, but I can tell you here before us is a team of solid, robust women and men that will drive this country. Thank you. Thank you very much. May the team take their seat.
To make a little bit of a consultation. Alliance for National Transformation, oh yeah! Alliance for National Transformation, oh yeah! And to the leadership, another oh yeah, please. I do believe that the leadership will do a good job, not only for the party, but for the better Uganda. Just one word for you, because I know you're going and you're entering into a very difficult but a very promising activity ahead of you. Keep the fears to
Secondly, is a humble, God-fearing person. Thirdly, he loves Uganda and its people. And fourthly, he has served in some of the most sensitive positions in this country, but without blemish. And he happens to be a friend. We were in the same party together. We suffered the same humiliation sometimes. But we put that aside because that is the price you have to pay when you want good things. It is my great honor to have been asked to invite my good friend, General Grigor Mugisha Muntu, to speak to you.
Thank you.
Prof, we apologize for the ambush. And thank you for the kind words. But being a professor, I believe that even when you're ambushed, you're able to remain, stable. Alliance for National Transformation, oye! Uganda, oye! Fellow Ugandans, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors present or diplomatic community, honorable members of parliament present, leaders of the various political parties present today, and let me at this point specifically recognize the sister parties. Honorable Norbert Mao, if you could please stand, they clap for you. Honorable Bobby Wine Chaguranyi, please stand up. Honorable Ken Chamzi, these are leaders of sister parties. They have got their delegation that they have come with. I see a delegation from the Democratic Party, composed of prominent people. I see Honorable Mukaku Lubega seated on the other side. Dr. Bwanika, Honorable Mabike. I see the delegation from People Power. The red caps themselves will tell you who is as they sit there. Nyanzi, I see him seated in the front. Member of Parliament for Mtiana, Honorable Zake, and the rest of the delegation. It's an honor to have you here today, colleagues, because there's a lot that still is ahead of us, and we are glad that we have a good working relationships. The leader of JEMA is not here currently. I think we got a message on anniversary, but I think he is represented. And in this whole process of going this journey that we've been walking, tough as it has been, we've closely related with the leaders, giving them briefs, having discussions with them all the time. And whenever there are functions, they invite us, and we go there. Also made assurances to them as the alliance that anytime, any of the leaders of these formations, when they invite us for any discussion, we will be there at any point of day or night. Because we're involved in a common struggle. We may have different, at times, ideologies, at times methods. Nevertheless, we have a common purpose, which we all subscribe to. So before I even go into any further into the speech, I would like to make a public pledge that as NT, even today, as we launch the new party, as I kept on briefing you, that even as we form ourselves into a party, that we look forward to working with you very closely, so that whatever is necessary for us to combine effort and be able to hasten the exit of this regime and put this country back on track. Any place you invite us, we will be there. And therefore, it gives us pleasure for you to honor us today by your presence. Leaders of the civil society present, local council leaders from across the nation, party leaders and members of the Alliance for National Transformation, ladies and gentlemen, today is a particularly joyous day, not only for me personally, but for all men and women that have worked tirelessly over the past several months. They know that without joining hands in genuine partnership, no nation can hope to succeed. It is they who have worked tirelessly in the gathering of signatures, in going through the tough in some of the districts, the environments where state agents, not all the districts, but quite a number of them, but they bear all that and got the signatures, and then we are patient. I think it's now 13 months since we started. Patience that you have exhibited, we thank you heartily for that, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. The tough times you went through have now bore fruit. Today, I wasn't even so sure that I would say much, because whenever I go in a town called Fort Potro, there's a place where I normally stay. It's called Le Joux. It's a hotel for nuns. On its wall, there are quite a number of writings, and one of them interested me most. And it says that work quietly and let success make the noise. I was not so sure that I should say much today, but being a launch, I try and be very brief. In late 2017, a number of colleagues and I announced that we were to begin a national consultative process to to help us renew ourselves for making a lasting contribution to our country and the next generation. Not everyone agreed. Some argued that such methods of going across the country and seeking the opinion of hundreds of local leaders and ordinary people was not practical. Others said it is indecisiveness and showed we did not know how things worked in this country. They claimed that the country was too angry and that this anger, fear, and desperation should be the cornerstone of organizing change and resistance. But we did it anyway, going to 18 sub-regions and spending time with the people we hope to serve. We know people are angry and tired, but we also know that fear and anger quickly turn into hatred and prejudice. A fearful nation is sapped of its energy to seek change on its own terms. When neighbors turn on each other and national politics becomes a blame game, chaos is normalized. A constant state of anarchy occupies the daily efforts of even the most committed and bravest amongst us. This has been the story since independence. Ugandans have been preoccupied with their own divisions, with little time to spare on how to forge ahead as a united force. Some of us are veterans of different struggles at various times in our recent past. We have fought in many wars and paid a personal prices for our convictions. However, no matter the sacrifices we have made individually, we recognize that real change only starts with unity. Unity itself is the revolution we have been waiting for. It is the only war worth fighting for. In some ways, it's the only war left in Uganda that has not yet been won. It is bigger than the war against poverty, against forces bearing arms, whether at home or abroad. It is the foundation of any great nation, because it is true that united we stand, divided we fall. We can see that today we are a nation divided. In our consultations, we came to the conclusion that what Ugandans were saying is that they need a complete change of the political culture, a complete break with the past. They want to replace fear with confidence and begin to address their problems without worrying about the betrayal and selfishness of the person next to them. They're looking for a political organization with which they can work no matter what background they come from. And so, in September 2018, we announced that we are beginning such a political formation. Ugandans supported us in this effort through their signatures, which allowed us to register on March 19th. That's when it became a new political party. The Alliance for National Transformation represents the hope that with unity, a new beginning is possible. I have said often that you cannot give what you do not have. We are thankful and grateful to those who have offered their time and commitment. They have shown through what has been achieved in this short period, what can be done when we work together to build on each other's strength instead of working against each other. Alliance for National Transformation will be a party that delivers on our promises. When we say we are going to consult citizens, we do not demand for money or hide in our homes. We have no reason to fear fellow citizens. We are not asking Ugandans to do the impossible. We are asking that they recognize that when working together, even the most difficult problems today can be overcome. We have had 57 years of broken promises, 57 years of turmoil, 57 years riddled with internal conflicts. Blood has been shed many times in this country. We've reached a point where our people have almost lost hope in us who are in leadership positions. We've reached a point where the population has lost trust in us as politicians. Currently, as we move forward, we are not even sure of how the transition is going to be managed. It's a question which is still under contestation. Whether it will be smooth, whether the country can slide into chaos, none of us is sure. And that's the worst place any country should find itself at. Where does it stem from? We have had 57 years of politics where there is inconsistency between theory and practice. We say one thing, we do something different. It has so completely eroded the faith and belief of our people that they can never, ever have any politicians who can be in power and do what is right. The spirit of our people has been so crushed. At times when you go to places doing campaigns and you find that our people can give their vote because they've been paid 1,000 shillings, 2,000 shillings, 3,000 shillings. We are saying even 500. So one time we asked the areas where we were in some villages, what's the cost of a chicken? Because the peasants, the majority of them have chickens in their compounds. Most places, you find that the cost of a chicken is about 20,000, 25,000, 30,000. The question we pose to them is, look, you've given your vote for 1,000 shillings, but you own chicken which is 30,000. That's the level to which our people have been downgraded. That someone who has some property, even the poorest, that is worth 30,000 shillings, but is going to sell his right for 1,000 shillings. And colleagues, in the struggle, I think that is the toughest challenge we are going to face, even when we take power. Because to lift the spirits of the people, to regain self-confidence, to believe that there is nothing on earth that is impossible that they cannot achieve, to lift someone who is going to sell his or her right for 1,000 shillings and elevate them to a level where they know that they can achieve whatever they put their heart to once there is a correct environment. The environment, yes, we must create, but for the people to believe, that's a tough task. And it is a task that we must embark on and keep at it until our population is able to rise and people can recover their sense of dignity, their sense of confidence in themselves. Most times, we criticize the current regime. We criticize General Museveni over many things, which many things in most times are physical. Poor roads, lack of drugs, poor educational institutions, where they have done damage. But to me, the worst form of damage is when you crush the spirits of the people. That's where we are at. That's what we are contending against. And that's what we must change in this country. And so, ladies and gentlemen, today, as we officially launch our party, we once again commit to the following. We commit to end the tyranny of executive power. Throughout our young history, Ugandans have had to grapple with the excess of bad governance that come with consolidating power in the hands of one person, the president. If there is anything we have learned from this, it is that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. We cannot continue to place our hope in the emergence of a benevolent dictator. Power must be vested in institutions, not individuals. I repeat that. Power must be vested in institutions, not us, the individuals. We therefore will do everything in our power to ensure that executive privilege is reduced, that of local governments is increased, the judiciary and parliament emboldened, and the people empowered. We will not seek to have a one-man show. No single individual will be bigger than the collective. That's a culture we want to build in the Alliance for National Transformation. And we will make clear to our leaders that they are first among equals. 2, radically change our education and healthcare systems. A healthy nation is the beginning of a healthy future, and in an age where technology advances by the hour, we must prepare our children to compete with the best of the world. This calls for radical rethinking of our school curriculum to enable our children to identify, nurture, and exploit their talents from the very beginning. We must equip our children with the ability to not only use computers, but make apps by their teenage years. We must provide a conducive environment for our children to learn the arts, to grow in the knowledge of our local languages and traditions, and to begin envisioning the world not as one dominated by the West to the detriment of the rest, but as a gift from God in which they have as much a stake as any other human being on this planet. To do this, we must invest in retraining and equipping our teachers, paying them a salary that reflects the important role they play, and ensuring that our trust in them to mold our children is justified. Similarly, our health workers and health systems need to be radically rethought to ensure that our medical workers and hospitals once again become the envy of the continent. We have had enough of our mothers dying while giving life, our sons and daughters dying before they reach their 5th birthday simply because they couldn't afford anti-malaria treatment. We'll work towards ensuring that every Ugandan child goes to school, gets a world-class education, and lives a long and healthy life. 3, to deal with the unemployment time bomb. regardless of which side of the political spectrum you fall, it is impossible to deny the pervasive level of unemployment in our country. By some estimates, up to 80% of our people are unemployed or not gainfully employed. With the youngest population in the world, this means that the vast majority of our youth are living out the prime of their lives without purpose or pay. This is unacceptable. Yet, where others see despair, we see opportunity. Uganda is the most entrepreneurial country in the world, and although most of our people's businesses do not live beyond their first year, it means that with the right skills and support, we can be a nation of industry and technological advancement. The expertise in the area of innovation and creativity in this country is amazing. There are so many young people who have so many amazing ideas in the area of creativity and innovation, but do not have an enabling environment and the funding to succeed. We intend to make this history. We will create a conducive environment and put in place mechanisms for funding innovations. We will fully support our innovative tech youth to become Zuckerbergs, Jack Ma's, Eva Spiegel's, Kevin Systrom's of this world. We were left out of the first three industrial revolutions. We intend to be active, successful participants in the fourth industrial revolution. The world should wait to see Achans, Katos, Sempijas, Ninsimas, Chandigas playing in that international league of creators and innovators. We are focused, disciplined, and purposeful. We would like to promise the youth of this country that we will come through on this. I am going to repeat this for emphasis. The world should wait to see Achans, Katos, Sempijas, Ninsimas, Chandigas playing in that international league of creators and innovators. I repeat it a third time for emphasis. The world should wait to see Achans, Katos, Sempijas, Ninsimas, Chandigas playing in that international league of creators and innovators. There are many smart young men and women. I don't think I'm the one who bumps into them. I believe all of you bump into these young men and women who are amazing. But the environment is not conducive. There's nobody planning for them. The people who are in power are simply after self-interest. And they have sucked our country and eaten it to the core. And they talk about transformation. You cannot transform a country whose people's spirits have been crushed. You want to transform a country, you start with the people. Them. Not because you want 10% from them, but you recognize that when they are innovative, when they are creative, when they do things and succeed, they create jobs, they create wealth. They bring pride to a people, they bring pride to a country. There is nothing that anybody on this planet has done we are not able to do in this country and on this continent. All of us know young people who in the rest of the world, in the best.
This is BB Cool #1 member.
You have what?
Don't touch that dial. Keep it locked.
This is your one and only Queen, aka Swag Mama.
This is Jaguar and you're watching Comedy Store with
Alex Mohanje.
The Alliance will seek to find ways to bolster our people's skills so that every Ugandan that wants a job gets one. These are not the only policy priorities of the party. Today we are launching a policy guide. This booklet gives the country an overview of the issues we want to focus on, why and how. It will be the beginning point of our conversations with Ugandans about how to build a country that works for everyone. Based on the regional, district, and village level engagements we have over the coming months, we will further develop this guide into our policy platform that will be unveiled at our first National Delegates Conference. We know that this is a bold and ambitious plan. There may be people out there that think that it is impossible, but it is important to remember that our nation's problems have always stemmed from settling for less instead of more. Ugandans are a strong people who have endured through some of the worst wars and dictatorships. We have weathered several storms that threaten to sweep us away. But it is time for us to do more than endure. We must do more than just survive. We must thrive as a nation. To do so, we must come together without fear. It's quite strange in this country where you find two forms of fear. Those who are in power are fearful of losing power. And they are doing everything humanly possible to hang on to it. And then there are those who are led, who are fearful of taking power. It's a strange world. And so the alliance is committed to a new kind of politics in the country. Where others doubt, we hope. While some argue about the practicalities of our plans, we will act upon them. And brick by brick, working together with each new member, we will build a new future. One that works for every citizen, one that we are proud of. 57 years of independence. Our analysis is that we are not in this mess because there have been lack of good policies. There have always been good policies. The biggest problem has been on the implementation of good policies. Another frightening thing in our country, people who are good, and they are the majority. People who are honest, and they are the majority. People want to see integrity in politics, and they are in the majority. People want to see transparency in politics, and they are in the majority. People want to see justice, and they are in the majority. But the nature of our politics as it has been practiced has caused such a toxic environment that most of those people stay out of it. That's another problem we have in this country. You bump into so many good people. Lawyers, doctors, accountants, teachers, nurses, people of all walks of life who are good, who cause success wherever they are. Tell them to join politics. They will flee from you. It's not that there has ever been lack of good people in governments, even in parties. There have always been good people in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, until now. The problem has only been that we have never had a concentration or a dominant force, either within a party or in government, that would be the good people. They're always in a minority, they're always marginalized, they're always manipulated, and until we resolve that, I highly doubt whether there's going to be any other formula. Nature hates vacuums. Once there's a vacuum, it will be filled. So for those of you Ugandan people who keep saying politics is a dirty game, you don't want to go in there and get maligned. You don't want mud to be thrown at you. You know one thing. When you don't go in, someone else will go in. So if the dominant force in politics is of people who want to advance themselves as individuals rather than advance collective interests, that's what we'll keep reaping. Two, if you keep saying that politics is dirty, who on earth do you think is going to clean it up? We intend, as the Alliance for National Transformation, and on this I really like also to request my brothers on the opposition side, Honorable Mao, Honorable Chagulanyi, as you advance the movement which you heard, Honorable Chagulanyi, Honorable Mao, as you advance the Democratic Party, this is something that I think we need to act on in concert. That we practice politics in a way that becomes more and more attractive to good people. How can anybody think there is any other formula? Until there is a shift in the balance of forces, that the good people become the majority in politics, we will keep complaining endlessly. We know that those in government can't clean up politics. They have no will, they have no capacity, they are just trapped. So the burden falls on our shoulders. So as we liaise with the sister parties, we will keep focused on that as the Alliance for National Transformation. Even as we go down to build structures, even as we go out to do whatever we do, our main purpose is to ensure that people see us through what we say, through what we do, and hopefully we do it in such a manner that good people get attracted to us. And they keep flowing in until there is a clear balance of forces in favor of people who are good. Not only in a structural form, but across generations. So that when one set of leaders is leaving, the next set of leaders that steps in is almost a replica in thinking and in actions because of the culture, the organizational culture that would have established in the organization. That's the only way we can succeed. We will do everything that is within our human capabilities, flat out. Cut through whatever resistance there might be. Train a generation that will ensure that even those of us who are ahead, when we fall, they keep moving until we achieve that. Because at the end of the day, this is not just about us as Uganda. It's a deeper issue than that. We are a people who live in an environment of humiliation as a people. And yet it is within our powers, it is within our capabilities. We don't have to add the will, and there's nothing that any other society that has achieved that we are not capable of achieving ourselves. So we're going to focus a lot on that. Reach out to the young people. The Bible says that whatever a man sows, or a woman, so shall he or she reap. You cannot plant a seed of a lemon and go to reap an orange from a lemon tree. A lemon is bitter. You plant the seed of a lemon tree, as day follows night, you will reap a bitter fruit. You want a sweet fruit? Plant an orange. Two, we will have to do a lot. Honorable Chagurani, Honorable Mao, our society has been so crushed, we have even forgotten our traditions. Even our grandfathers, even our fathers knew that when you go to the field and you plant maize, that you have to wait for 4 months to reap it. It's a basic understanding. They knew it. We seem to have forgotten that. We've been pushed a level where people think that you can plant a seed today, and then 2 days after that, they see you in the garden going to reap. What form of madness can that be? So we are dealing with a mindset problem. Even when you wait for the 4 months, there are a number of things that one has to do. It's not just the planting. You have got to go there and weed. At times when it's dry, you must water the plants. Some of the crops even have a much longer process before you put it on the table and eat it. When General Museveni carries a sack of money, you find excitement all over the country. Youth waiting for a bag of money. How many youth do we have in this country? There are more than 20-something million people. It's simply not possible that anybody can give them money, seed money. But it's deliberate. It's something that those who are... Because when you want to govern a people without resistance, you crush their spirits. You reduce them to a point where they think they cannot achieve anything on their own, and therefore they must beg. We must change that understanding. We must change that philosophy. The Chinese say that rather than giving a man fish, train them how to fish. If you're required to fish, they'll go fish. We must change the philosophy of governance in this country. Again, the philosophy that drives us as the ANT, because there are two philosophies wherever you go, anywhere in the world, whether consciously or unconsciously, any group of people in power will follow one of the two. There are those who believe that the end justifies the means, which means that you can do anything simply to get into power. They are there. They are all over the world. They are here. Our philosophy, we deeply believe, is that that has to be changed. So that our people, our population gets to understand that the process is as important as the outcome. Changing mindsets is the toughest thing that you can get engaged with. A building like this, I think, can be put up possibly in a year or two, even like the one which is across. A year or 2 or 3, you can have a building there, even a 20-floor building. But changing mindsets is tough. So we call upon all Ugandans who want solutions, who want us to influence our future, do everything humanly possible. When you are in restaurants, when you are in taxis, when you are in the gardens, wherever you are, focus on the change of mindsets. There are no quick fixes to the development of a country. But once people understand that they have got the capability to lift themselves from any situation, and they understand it well, and they do the commitment, there's nothing which is impossible. And therefore, we must spend a lot of time on the issue of the change of mindsets. We are going to build the Alliance for National Transformation so that all of us can fulfill our potential and pay our full debt to the next generation. As I end, these young people who were here and what they were communicating to you, all of them are under 15. They come from different regions of the country. they are not old enough to join any party. But they are concerned about their future. And they were talking to us, the leaders, telling us what kind of future they want to see. They are 52% of our population. So colleagues who are in ANT, all that we must put our focus on, our energies, our resources, is to respond to what these young people were asking. If we can create tapes, all of us who are in ANT, that any time you feel like faltering, you listen to what they were talking about. Because we are human, temptations come. But that we can keep listening to that message. I know that there is a generation ahead of us, and it is asking questions. And that it is those questions we need to respond to. In another 30 years, we are going to become 100 million people. God forbid, if we are to reach there when we are still in a political mess. So we in the Alliance for National Transformation, as I've already indicated, the values that we stand for, which the Honorable Ali Salaso also enumerated. While we focus on the immediate, which is 2021, we must fit it in the medium long term, because we want to build a party that outlives us. We want it to be written in the books of history, even when we have already passed on. Anybody reading history of this country, 300 years down the road, to know that Alliance for National Transformation was launched on 22nd of May 2019. Tighten your belts. Starting next week, we are going to walk every village, every parish, every sub-county, every constituency, every district. Because of what those kids were asking for. As I've already indicated, we are going to come out as we move on. We are going to be coming out with detailed policy positions on the different sectors, in governance, in the economy, rooted in the guide which will be passed on later. So that within 1 year, every Ugandan will understand in details what we stand for, what we intend to offer in all sectors. I am most gratified that at this point, even as we start, we have started seeing people who were never, ever in parties. I don't know whether I should mention names. I don't want to embarrass some of our colleagues who have come into the transitional leadership. A number of them, when you talk to them, they say, I was never in any party. So if you see hope in us, God bless you. Working together, this country will be transformed. May God bless you all. God bless you.
We will now let the National Coordinator of Alliance and Transformation to greet the leaders and members that have come here as we wind Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take this honor to thank the National Coordinator of the Alliance for Transformation for giving us a wonderful message today, a message of hope. And I hope from today, like he says, the mindset of us here and the country will begin to change. I'd like to recognize the presence of the Honorable Jimmy Akena, the President of Uganda People's Congress. You're very welcome, our colleagues in the Uganda People's Congress. There is a latecomer coming in, but let me also recognize the presence of the Honorable Abdul Katuntu, who I think has come to say a closing prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, we would also like to announce that the Alliance for National Transformation, after the launch of its identity here, would like to announce that it has opened up an office on Buganda Road. And you're all welcome to come to that office at Buganda Road, plot 87, Buganda Road. It's near Case Medical Center and next to Equity Bank. We have, as a political party, opened up an online registration for membership and for payment and for purchase of cards. We would like to use a few minutes, and our people in the IT sector are going to demonstrate to us how to join this political party online, how to buy a card online, and how to make your contributions online. Like General Muntu said, when you put your mind on things, there is nothing that is impossible. The generations that we have today are .com generations. And we expect our team in the IT, please to carry us through the online membership and registration. In the meantime, I would also recognize the presence of the Honorable James Asidri. I think it's here with us. Some call it Achidri. Some others call it Asidri, but you're welcome.
It's called Achidri.
Okay.
Yes. And also the presence of His Worship, the Mayor of... Thank you for joining us.
Feel the whisper of the refreshing ripple of Riham's goodness. It is ultra-filtered, UV-treated, and ozonated to healthy standards. Riham Natural Mineral Water. Refreshment in every drop.
Jo juzi era ija kabadde kaana katuwa. Naye kati ye kabwe ntunuulidde buli neetaaga ekintu kyonna. Kwe kube kugula ddagala, kugula bikozesebwa awaka, ne bwe mba ndi mu kiwuubaalo. Obuntu obutonotono obwo bwankolera bundowoozesa nti ndi naye wano.
Sukuma Cash ne Airtel Money okwate ku bulamu bw'abo bonna b'oyagala. Kati osobola okusindika ssente ku miwendo egisaliddwako okutuuka ku bitundu 6.